Alright, this comes from one of the other hitters, Earl. You asked me who would be in my top 10 Hall of Fame right now at this moment. So I'm just going to tell you the people that come to mind, man, and I'll give you a brief reason why for each person. This is not in any order. I'm going to go with Jon Jones, number one. Nobody has done what he's done. He's defeated legends. He's defeated any and everyone that they put in front of him. Matt Hamill was damn near killed in that octagon. The referee didn't do his job. That is not Jon Jones's fault that he has that one loss on his record. That shit is bogus. That shit is fake. Jon Jones is a fucking beast. I was talking to somebody in the comments, one of the hitters, yesterday, and I forgot your point of view. I forgot your name at the moment. Sorry about that. But your point of view is we're going to see if Jon Jones is juicing his whole life in this next DC fight. And you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And I'll take it a step further. We're going to see it throughout the rest of his career. If a guy that's 28, 29, 30, 31, if his fighting style and ability change at all over the next 3 years, I'm going to have to call bullshit of this guy failing a drug test on accident. I'm going to say, nope, there was something up for sure. Look how this guy fights now. Look at his cardio now. Look at his physique now. I am going to question any and everything, and he brought that on himself. I cannot defend him for that, but what he's done thus far has been fucking amazing. And look at how much time the guy has had off. It's fucking ridiculous. DC would have been fucking retired by now if we're really truthful. He would have beat DC once or two additional times. He would have rematched Gus, and he would have beat Anthony Johnson, and he would have just been cleaning out the division a second time, which is fucking amazing. Next, Jose Aldo, man. I know that this motherfucker is at the end of his leash. I know that he's about to jump off the roof, but right now, man, Jose Aldo, when we're talking about his career, man, he beat everybody. He cleaned out his division like 2.5 times before he was introduced to the Irishman that was not playing any fucking games or taking any prisoners, and I'm talking about Conor McGregor. But Jose Aldo, man, legendary career. There's no way that you could tell me there's 10 people above this man that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Next, Conor McGregor, man. He changed the fucking game. He did it all, man. He came in, win streak. He came in, a whole lot of excuses. Can't beat this guy, can't beat that style. Then he beat that guy, and he beat that style, and he beat Jose Aldo, knocked him out, took his fucking belt. Then he went up a division, took Eddie Alvarez's belt, knocked him out, and it was against another wrestler. There's no excuses that can be made about Conor McGregor. The guy is that good. He is that great. Now he has positioned himself to make over $100 million in his career, probably closer to $120 million. And if he continues to fight in the UFC, he'll be closer to $150-$60 million. How can you hate on the guy, man? I know some people just don't like his personality, but that's your fucking problem, man. This guy performs at the highest level, and he always delivers, man. You just gotta fucking take it for what it is. Hey, there's plenty of shit that my girl likes that I don't fucking like, and I just roll with it. I'm like, alright, well, hey, I really don't have an option. You're a different person. Let's fucking go, let's go to the fucking Queen Mary and walk around this fucking big ass boat, man. I was fucking dying doing that. I was like, come on, are you fucking kidding me? Do I have to really go sightseeing in a city, the part of town that I fucking grew up in? The Queen Mary's in Long Beach, but fuck, man, it's 20 minutes away from LA, and it's like, I really would like to do something different. This is fucking horrible, but that's what she wanted to do. Conor McGregor trash talks and he's brash, but you don't have to like it, man, but you have to love what he does in the octagon. Entertaining fights, even when he loses, even when he lost an 8. It was a fun fight. Fabricio Verdun, man, he beat every fucking body but Stipe for the most part. This guy is a legend. He has a legendary run. He's knocked out some guys. He's tapped out some guys. He's shown that, you can base your entire style in one technique. I'm talking about jiu-jitsu, and still add different layers to your game. Fabricio does have some knockouts. Fabricio did get better in the clinch. Fabricio did get better with his fucking front kick and all of that stuff, man. So I like Fabricio. I think that you cannot tell me any reason that this guy would not end up in the UFC Hall of Fame. Next guy is going to be Rampage Jackson, man. This guy's an entertaining fighter. I understand he's not the best fighter in the world, the best wrestler in the world at the late stages of his career, but back in the day, man, if you would have tried to wrestle Rampage Jackson, he literally would have picked you up and slammed you and knocked you out from the fucking slam. Rampage Jackson did so much for the sport back in the day, man. He did a lot of stuff, man, when everybody was saying that the UFC was racist and they didn't have any black or African American fighters, whatever you guys want to say to be politically correct. It doesn't really bother me, but you know, he was one of the guys that came over to the UFC, and he already had a massive following. And it's weird because he had this massive following from Japan and China and all those type of countries. A lot of the American people didn't know who he was until they started running what was that? It used to come on with Bash Rutten and Kenny Wright. What was that? Inside MMA, where they just started playing all the old school Rampage fights and things like that. And then Rampage went over to the UFC and started getting knockouts and got the belt. Then he lost his belt and he's like, I want my belt back. And then he went into the Tough House with Rashad. And Rampage, you know, picked up where he left off previously, man, at the previous organization, and became a star. Obviously, he got a little older, got a little slower, got a little fatter. But we're talking about overall, Rampage Jackson definitely deserves to be in the UFC Hall of Fame. This guy did have a mental breakdown. He did have some road rage, and I believe a woman died actually when he was driving his big ass truck, and I forgot what happened. I think he was driving his big ass monster truck in the OC, crashed into a car. Pregnant lady lost her kid. Dana White bailed him out of jail, paid for all of his lawyer fees. And Rampage Jackson's extremely unstable type of person. But when we're talking about what he did in the octagon, man, it's hard not to get his guys respect and put him in the Hall of Fame. Next, I'm gonna go with Joanna Champion. Joanna Jędrzejczyk looks good. She is a fucking fighter. She looks good every single fight, striking on point. I think that it's not I don't think that it's her fault that we're not really seeing her wrestling and we're not seeing her game evolve. I think she's not being tested. I think that she's throwing hard. I think that she's trying to knock the other ladies out. It happens sometimes it doesn't. She did turn into a bit of a decision machine, but at the end of the day, man, she's out there fighting her ass off. I've never bored watching her fight. She does deliver to me personally, so I'm gonna say she definitely the first champion at 115, and I think that she'll be the last champion at 115 because she'll probably be able to fight for multiple more years and then go up to 125 and be a dual champion. If they're gonna let anybody do it, they should let her do it. I understand that she's not Conor McGregor. I think that the UFC should actually put some marketing dollars into Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and if they don't want to do that, they should definitely tell like Metro PCS and all of their sponsors, like, they need to say like, hey, we want you guys to do a commercial with Joanna. She's great. She has a good attitude. She has a bad attitude when she needs it. She doesn't fucking play in the octagon. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Man, I fucking love Joanna, man. I just want her to finish fight, so I think she should be in the Hall of Fame. Next person is going to be Gegard Mousasi. He's done it all. I think right now the UFC is actually holding the guy back a little bit. They want to book him against Luke Rockhold, but he just wants to get paid a fair wage. This guy has been fighting so fucking long. It's like, if you want to give Dan Henderson a great big payday, I'm not mad at that. If you want to give Fabricio Verdum a great big payday, I'm not mad at that. You want to give it to Conor, I'm not mad at that. But Gegard is a guy that is actually deserving too. Hate him or love him, man. Can you imagine the streak that he would be on if he didn't lose that fluky fight to Uriah Hall? You have to remember, that was a fluky fucking kick. He ducked into a kick that was designed to go to the stomach. It is what it is, but he came back and said, oh, that was a fluke. I'm gonna beat this guy easy. He went out there and did it, or he would be even streakier right now. He'll be on a longer win streak. I think Gegard doesn't get enough respect just because he doesn't talk a lot of trash. Over the last year, he's been talking trash, and he's been saying whatever the fuck is on his mind on a regular basis. And me personally, I fucking love it, man, because he should stand up for himself. I don't want to see this guy go back over to Scott Coker. I don't want to see him at Bellator, man. He needs to stay at the UFC. There's no reason that the UFC pays people like Sage Northcutt, Paige Van Zandt decent pay, and you're giving Gegard Mousasi, you're fucking fighting him for pennies. You know, I'm sure if they increase his pay to 100,000 additional, or add an extra 80,000, I mean, you're just taking money. That's the money that Paige and Sage Northcutt don't even fucking deserve, and they never deserve. So that's how it does affect the company when you're paying people that don't deserve it and don't deliver. At least Paige Van Zandt was bringing over the mainstream audience from Dancing with the Stars and all that type of shit. And Paige Van Zandt's a young hot girl, so she's on her Instagram and Twitter showing her fucking ass or her sports bra and all that shit, and it's getting everybody interested. You really can't be mad at her, man. That's the social networking age right now. There's nobody listening right now that's on Instagram. If you're if you're a guy or you're a lesbian and you're a woman, there's plenty of ass and titties to see on Instagram. If you're a guy and you like, if you're a guy and you're gay and you're a fucking woman that is not gay, there's plenty of guys on Instagram showing their fucking dick prints and their small fucking boxers and their abs and their chest. You know what I mean? My whole point is that's what's happening now. I understand. My only thing with Paige Van Zandt was I thought she had this fucking Bible thumper image, and that was her image, clean cut, cookie cutter. So when she's starting to get a little sexual, I'm like, okay, I'm not mad at it, and I will fucking look at it. Hey, but at the end of the day, I didn't think that was her. But like I always say, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them at the end of the day, you know? Carlos Condis, the next person, man, he's been doing this shit for the longest fucking time. He's taking a lot of time off, man. Unfortunately, his wife has some health issues, very serious health issues from what I understand. You know, there's only a couple people that even ever mentioned it online. I think that this guy's coming up a little short in his MMA career because he's taking a lot of time off to take care of his family, but that's exactly what you're supposed to do. There's a lot of shit that I say that I do believe, and there's a lot of shit that I say that I do live by, but if you have a fucking a good person in your family, it could be your mom, your grandma, your dad, your fucking wife, your son, your daughter. If they're fucking a good person, man, and that's really what the meaning of family is, yeah, everything fucking stops right there, period. You know what I mean? If you have to give up your career, give up money, move to a smaller house, move to a smaller apartment, move to a different state to help that person, that's what the fuck you need to do, period. I'm just a person that doesn't believe in family being you know, just because they have the same blood as you, that doesn't make you family to me. There's so many fucking family members. I beat the shit out of my older cousin after I found out he did some fucking shady shit to another family member, and I was like, dude, call the fucking police if you want to. I'm gonna fucking smash you every fucking time I see you. It could be a family cookout, barbecue, birthday party, baby shower. I'm smashing your bitch ass in the face every fucking time. And then I tossed him his own cell phone that I took from him, and I said, fucking call right now, I'm not fucking running. And he said, dude, it's over, it's just over, you got me, bro. And I said, hell yeah, you're fucking right, I got you, bitch. So I just don't believe in that shit, man. Hey, to be honest with you, I talk to some of you fucking hitters in emails and on the fucking phone more than I talk to some of my family members. And I'm just being fucking honest with you. I talk to Razum more than I talk to 50% of my family, man. So I'm just being honest with you guys. Dominic Cruz is fucking next. Dominic Cruz has done it all. He's done it all at the highest level. This guy's injury prone. Is unfortunate. I think Dominic Cruz, if he never got those injuries with that extended amount of time off, his legacy would be just much more impactful. Right now, he's down to fight. He's ready to fight, but I think Dominic Cruz really wanted to just get a scouting report on TJ Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt, that fight, but you know, I think it was one of those things where he's like, yeah, once I see that fight, I'll have a little bit more ammunition for what I need to do against whoever the winner is. Now that fight didn't happen, you know, he didn't even want to step up and jump in there because, like I said, I think it was more of a strategic thing where he's like, all right, let's see what movements this guy reacts to and so on. But other than that, Dominic Cruz, man, he had the belt, kept the belt, got injured, was stripped of the belt, came back, got the belt, fought, then lost to TJ Dillashaw, lost to Cody Garbrandt, a game opponent, a young lion. But I don't really take any credit off of Dominic Cruz's name. I still think he's a hell of a fighter, and I think that this guy should definitely go into the UFC Hall of Fame, especially if he gets right back to #1 contender, another title shot, interim title holder, or if he gets the title back again. That's going to solidify his entire career. The next and final person is Amanda Nunes, the Lioness. It may be a bit premature, but I'm only working based on the people fighting right now, and there's just not a lot of MMA that I'm actually impressed with. I am impressed with Amanda Nunes, man. She swings hard, she hits hard. She took the belt by knocking out the previous champion, Miesha Tate. She knocked out the Golden Goose, Ronda Rousey. She's doing everything that she's supposed to do. She defeated Valentina before. The only person that she really needs to fight is Holly Holm, but Holly Holm always has excuses on why not to fight certain people. If Amanda Nunes goes out here and defeats Valentina, another #1 contender, and beats her for a second time, I think it's hard to say that she's not one of the best women at 135 pounds ever. And then if she ends up fighting Holly Holm, I think that you have to just say, you know what, she's beat the who's who. I mean, all she has to do is really face Cat Zingano, but this Cat Zingano is just a name now. She's not the same fighter that she once was either. So it's hard to really value a person's career based on, you know, well, she didn't beat Sarah Kaufman, she didn't beat fucking this person. It's like, no. These people aren't even worthy contenders. You don't have to beat every fucking person. Just like Conor, people say, well, he doesn't defend his title. The motherfucker doesn't have to defend the title when he's knocking out the champion. It's different if he's losing to the champion, losing champion matches, and he didn't really have the experience to get in those fights. He has the experience and he performs at the highest level. Amanda Nunes has been doing this for a very, very long time at the highest level, and she literally does look better than she ever has right now, and I just don't see her declining in the next year and a half. You know, man, when she starts slowing down, or maybe she'll, well, I don't want to say maybe she'll get an injury, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx her, but I'm just saying, like, she's young. She's literally the young lioness. I think that she should just stay at 135 and keep defending that title. I don't want her going down to 125 fucking with her body. I don't want her going up to 145 fucking with her body, especially if she's not willing to fight Chris Cyborg. That was my top 10 Hall of Fame list, guys. I hope you guys can put some respect on Earl's name. I will be back posting videos this evening. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 6 or 7 more videos to post, but I definitely need to go to the gym right now. I literally woke up late as fuck, so I don't know what else to say. Fuck it, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments.